Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my wonderful and amazing people of God. How are you all doing? I bring you all good tidings. God bless you all. You all know this TB Joshua issue that these people brought up again. I'm wondering what is in this news. Why now? Why are they coming out now to tell us that he was this, he was that? Don't ever in your life fight a man that is greater in achievements than you, whether it's TB Joshua or any other person. You know, there's a lot of comedy. The way people are writing about this man, people never wrote about him this way when he was alive. You see people are even defending him while he's RIP'd. You know, my thing is, if we allow BBC to attack a man of God, TB Joshua, do you all know who BBC will attack tomorrow when they RIP in Nigeria? That is the only point I'm particular about this whole thing. It is the body of Christ in Nigeria that these people, this BBC, they are attacking. It is not just TB Joshua alone. Because tomorrow now, where another great man of God in Nigeria, RIP, this BBC will come with their BBC Africa investigation to investigate that man of God. And you will see people begin to talk, oh, this man of God do this to me, this man of God do that to me. That is why I am not believing anything these people are saying. While this man was still here on earth, on planet Earth with us, none of these men of these disciples or whatever they call themselves came out. And you will also notice that this whole thing is biased. 5 British people, only 2 Africans, 2 Nigerians. Come on now, people, more use on that says. They could not use on that brain. No say there's a lot of manipulation going on here. You know, I might not know what actually happened. What they say might be true, might not be true, but I'm not buying it. The reason why I keep saying I'm not buying it, it's those 5 British citizens that came out to speak. And there's a British embassy in Nigeria. Do you mean that they were going through all what they said they were going through? They could not run to the British embassy? They didn't have a telephone to call? No, now. Please, you people, make una think, make una reason. There's a write-up somebody wrote. I'm going to, we're going to analyze it together. He said, as you watch TB Joshua documentary, please bear what I'm about to say in mind. Everything I'm about to say, and those of you that watched the TB Joshua documentary, just bear in mind that we're going to analyze this. Like I said earlier, this is not me supporting him, but I want to state some fact that I have been following this story since the past. So if you are conversant with Synagogue Church of All Nations, you will know that TB Joshua has wise men and disciples. 85% of these disciples, these wise men and disciples, are foreigners. Make una listen. Most Sundays, before the prophet demised, these wise men and disciples were very powerful. Most Sundays, they handled deliverance, prayers, and ministrations. Also bear in mind that TB Joshua had a wife, Evelyn. She's also a prophetess. She was a prophetess before TB Joshua married her. She was a prophetess before TB Joshua married this woman. And these wise men, wise men that they call themselves wise men, they were all foreigners. Did you all get that part? So while her husband was still alive, she comes out once in a while to preach and join in ministering to the church members. I think I've seen her in the past preach in that church once in a while when they go through social media. At some point, she had a baby or something, and now, also, when you have a baby, you have to stay at home and take care of that baby. You can barely, because especially you don't have it. But in Nigeria, they have money, so she wasn't participating in the deliverance at the church at the time. TB Joshua had an overwhelming membership. I couldn't handle the prayer line alone. So he ordained those wise men and disciples. Many of these wise men started acting like him. Some became very powerful, some left to start their respective ministry. People like wise man Daniel and wise man John Chia, this one feel like sound like Chinese, they left while TB Joshua was still alive. But he still had a lot of wise men and disciples. Many of them are not Nigerian. Now, yes, so they are foreigners. Make una dey listen. So now, this is where the story gets interesting. Allegedly, when TB Joshua demised, these wise men and disciples took charge of the church. Allegedly, they said that the prophet intended they take over the church. That TB Joshua told them that they would take over from him. They, foreigners. These guys relegated Evelyn, TB Joshua's wife, to the background. Don't forget, she's a prophetess. A prophetess before TB Joshua even married her. He said this record went full blown. These disciples and wise men fought Evelyn so much they didn't want her to even appear in church. Why? Why don't you want the general overseer widow to come to church? Why don't you want her to appear in the ministry anymore? That's another point. One, there's a foreigner. They are foreigners. Two, they relegated her to the background. They didn't want her to. They took over the church and they did not want her to appear in the church anymore. I am not saying that church is a family business. Don't get me wrong. The church is not a family business, but there's a reason for them to relegate her to the background. There's a reason why they don't want her to come forth to the background. To the church anymore. They oppressed her so much that one day Evelyn woke up. I don't know who helped her, but it was alleged that she used the immigration and deported all those foreigners who wanted to take over the church from her. Allegedly, that's what this writer is saying. That, this woman go use immigration to carry these people go back to where they come from. And that is where the bars will start from. So, then, all of them, it was so funny. She dealt with these people. These people were no come from Nigeria. And some of the Nigerians that joined the foreign wise men and disciples. She's currently the lead pastor of a synagogue, Church of All Nations. She has fully taken over the church. Guess what? The church is booming. Evelyn has a special gift of healing. Her church services are packed out just like when her hubby was still alive. After reading this story, you will know why that stupid story of TB Joshua is surfacing. Evelyn is the target. How dare she try to fight to take over the church from foreigners? It is giving the vibe of, if we can't have the church, let's cripple it. TB Joshua is demise. What's the essence of the story? To arrest a demised man or what? Before you start to think, say, yeah, we're just talking because something or this or that. It's a fact. Are they going to, even if they go like they do in America, say they try somebody that has been dead 100 years, and sometimes they go exhume the body, try the body, do some DNA and all that, and they prosecute the person in the grave or something, excuse me. But my point is, you people should realize that these people are not, they took over the church. They are foreigners. They took over the church in Nigeria, in a black nation. They relegated the woman to the background. The woman fought back, took her husband's church back, and they were not happy about it. What did they now do? They came together. They put themselves together, contacted BBC, took that woman, the Nigerian woman that has been talking while TB Joshua was alive, bought her with money, gave her plenty of money, encouraged her to write a book, because now she's parading that book. She's advertising it on the street of Lagos. Her story with TB Joshua. and she's selling it. So they bought her, took her to, I don't know if they took her to London or somewhere, and they started telling stories about TB Joshua. Like I said in the beginning of this my vlog, I don't know if the stories are true. If the stories are not true, I wasn't there. I've never attended TB Joshua's church. I've never watched him on say they watch and preach or deliverance service. No. But one thing I'm against is how these people are fighting the body of Christ. How they are fighting the body of Christ in Nigeria. Because they think that they are successfully taking down TB Joshua's legacy. We don't know who the next man of God in Nigeria is going to be. That is the only point I'm concerned about. Because tomorrow now, these people, another great man of God will demise in Nigeria. You will see the same kind of set of people will come out, contact BBC, and they will say they have stories to tell. So BBC, why are you not investigating all those corrupt politicians in Nigeria? Why are you not investigating all the other corrupt, fake men of God that are in Nigeria? Why are you not investigating them? Why are you investigating somebody that is RIP? Probably that it will be, God knows where TB Joshua is. It is only God that can tell us if TB Joshua is in heaven or TB Joshua is not in heaven. No man has seen him go to heaven or go to hell. So all these things people are saying, me, I don't believe it. I keep saying it. I don't believe it at all, because what they are attacking in Nigeria is the body of Christ. It is not this man or his church. This group of people, whether they are Nigerians or they are not Nigerians, they have teamed up because of their selfish interest. They decide that they want to attack the body of Christ. So my people, think critically before you condemn this man, or before you condemn his wife, or before you condemn his church. It is only God that have the right to condemn a man, not men mortals like us. So my people, think critically why these people decided at this time that they want to bring this man back on social media to start to talk dirt about him. Please share this video, share and like. Thank you so much, and God bless. Bye.